Good afternoon, guys. How's everyone doing this Monday afternoon? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you all had a good weekend. Hope you're in the best of health, best of wealth, and I hope you're being the best version of yourself you could possibly be, because nowadays that's the only way to be, especially in this day and age, you know. So welcome to my channel, guys, Joey Barnett TV. I had a lovely weekend. Spent it as always with family, you know, and friends, because I've got quite a lot of friends. But I had a very good weekend. I hope you all had a good weekend too. I'm having a day off of work today because I'm a bit like that song, I don't like Mondays, and that's the truth for me, you know. Not that I go on the spill and have a beverage over the weekend, because I don't drink and I don't take drugs no more. But for some reason I just don't like working of a Monday. So because I'm self-employed, I can come and go as I please. So this is why I'm making a video today, because I'm obviously not at work. Well, guys, now we're a minute into this video, I actually want to talk to you about NFAs and how NFAs go, and what happens to IPP prisoners and lifer prisoners. Now, not many IPP prisoners, sorry about the handshaking, so I'm on a selfie stick, so let's just try and situate it a little bit better. That's better, I can put my hands free, you know. Hold on. That's it. Right, not many IPP prisoners or even lifers get out on their tariff, you know. You could have a 2-year tariff, and if you don't admit your offence, you could go 10 years, 15 years, 20 years into your life sentence, despite what tariff you got. If you don't admit something, yeah, and start doing courses, what the prison want you to do, you ain't going to get out. That is it. So it must be very, well, it is very hard for people what are sat in jail on IPP sentences, what are doing life sentences, to admit something which I haven't done. For instance, the Essex boys murder. Now, Mickey Steele, you know, I've spoke to him so many times. I was away with him for years and years in Whitemore, you know, and they wanted him to do courses. Now, he said to me, you know, over the landings, because everyone talks over the landings on association, you hang over the landings, the railings, and have a little chat. And Mickey said to me, you know, they was trying to put him on courses to do victim awareness courses, R&R courses, which is reasoning and rehabilitation, cognitive skills, behaviour, all them type of courses. And Mickey used to say to me, you know, he didn't do these murders, so why should he have to do courses? And I said to Mickey, I said, the reason why you've got to do these courses in the heat humble pie is because they're not going to let you out. And he said to me, yes, he said, I understand that. He said, but look, on the other hand, if I do these courses, what the prison want me to do, that's admitting that I've committed this offence. So it's a catch-22, and this is why IPP prisoners and lifers don't get out on their tariff, a lot of them, because it only takes one little mistake, like a urine sample or positive piss test, you know. Prisons are rife with jail, and if you're doing a double-figure sentence or a very lengthy sentence, and you can take yourself out of that situation for a few days, despite what you are on the street, you could have been the biggest armed robber on the street, the biggest pavement artist on the street, you know. It doesn't matter what you are on the street. When you're in prison, everyone is on the same level. There's no one better than no one. There is a little bit of a pecking order, yes, and a little bit of a tree what you've got to climb up, but basically everyone's on the same page in prison, and that is the truth, you know. I see proper old school armed robbers, you know, talking to people what you would look at and think, wow, what are you even doing talking to them, you know. And if you see them outside in the situation outside, you certainly wouldn't be talking to them, but yet inside everyone's on the same level. And that's how it is today. It really is. That is how it is today. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have a little chat with you now about NFAs. and other little bits and pieces around cautions and things like that. If you're an IPP prisoner or a life sentence prisoner and someone picks up the phone and rings probation or rings the police, makes an allegation, you know, about you, you're gone. You're recalled back to jail, and then you've got to, you know, sit on parole hearings, and you've got to try and explain your case to the parole board. Now, despite whether you've done it or not, soon as someone makes an allegation, because if you're deemed a danger or a risk to the public, you know, and they don't recall that person, and that person goes out and commits more offences, violent offences, or offences what he first got the initial sentence for, and then, you know, that the parole board are going to be made to look a mockery, and so is the prison. So this is why they recall people just on allegations. I don't think that's right, really, you know, but this is the way of the world, and this is what happens, you know. It really does happen. So I'm not targeting anyone in particular. I'm not talking about anyone in particular. I'm just talking to you about NFAs. Someone might pick up the phone and say you assaulted them if you're an IPP prisoner or a lifer, and that's enough to get you banged, swagged back into jail. Now that person might retract their statement, might drop their charges, yeah? So that's called an NFA, no further action. But you're still sitting in jail for that offence. So it doesn't mean that you haven't committed that offence when you get NFAs. It doesn't mean that at all. And the parole board ain't stupid, you know, because some people are under duress. Some people get threatened to retract statements. And that would mean that if they didn't keep NFAs in jail, IPP prisoners or lifers, that would mean they'd have to automatically let them out of jail because there's no further actions. There's no more statements. The statements have been retracted. So just because you've been given an NFA, if you're an IPP prisoner or a lifer prisoner, that doesn't mean you haven't committed that offence. That doesn't make you innocent in my world, and in anyone else's world who's done murder. That just means that that person that made that statement don't wish to go ahead with it. And there could be a number of reasons why they don't want to go ahead with it. It could be a man, it could be a woman, it could be anyone. It doesn't mean to say you haven't committed that offence. And that is why a lot of IP prisoners what are in jail for NFAs haven't been released, because the parole board are not stupid, you know. As far as the parole board are concerned, you know, you've been recalled for an offence which would get you recalled. So they've got to follow it through, look at all the angles, look at the whole picture, look at the whole story, and put you back in front of a parole board to see if you're deemed fit for the outside world, and if you're not a danger to the public and a risk to the public. When I got my sentence, which was 12 years, which I can vouch for, yeah, on the judge's summing up, the judge actually, on his summing up, he said to me and my other co-defendants, he said, we are menace to society, we're a danger to the public, we're a danger to society, and I'm going to give you a very, very lengthy sentence. And if this sentence doesn't change you and you commit another offence once you get out, then we will have no alternative but to life you up and give you a life sentence. So yeah, I had a bit of a squeeze by getting 12 years, guys. I really did. But yeah, if you're deemed a risk to the public or a danger to the public, you know, it could be an allegation, it could be an offence, it could be anything. As soon as you're deemed that and you're an IPP prisoner or you're a life prisoner, you're getting recalled, and that is it. You know, they say there's a thing called a 28 day laydown. Now some IPP prisoners get recalled and go in there for 28 days and bang, they're automatically let out. But there's very few cases which that has happened to. There really is. So as I said, I'm not targeting anyone in particular, I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but that's the reason why a lot of IPP prisoners or lifer prisoners which have been recalled on offences which there's now NFA on them, that's why they're not let straight out of prison there and then, despite there being NFA, because that person what made that allegation could be scared, they could have been threatened, they could be under duress, and that's why the parole board will not let you out, guys. But yeah, hope I've covered the NFA questions anyway, guys. I'll be back at you in a little bit, and I can promise you that, guys. But I hope everyone had a good weekend. I hope everyone's in the best of health, and I'll be seeing you very shortly, man. Have a good day, everyone. Peace. I don't like Mondays, by the way.